We are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where this afternoon the Baltimore Orioles will be taking on the Philadelphia Phillies in the second of a three-game series at Camden Yards. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal Steve here, also known as the BirdWatcher. People call me BW. That works for me. I hope it works for you. Welcome on back, Charm City Chat, fellow bird watchers. We've got an afternoon game here in what has already been the most dramatic series of the season. I don't think we have to take a poll on it. Last night's ball game was one for the ages. If that was a dress rehearsal for the playoffs, well, the outcome wasn't what we wanted, but the drama certainly was there. I would expect a little more drama again today, and hopefully the Orioles are going to come out on top and even up this series. Right. Let me extend a big hello and welcome to those that might be new to my channel. You're not alone. This channel just started up in time for the 2024 season, and my mission is to cover every Orioles baseball game, doing live play-by-play and commentary. So far, 69 games in the books. Today is game number 70. Is that listed correctly under the info? Is this number 70? Yes, indeed it is. 70, game number 70. How about that 69, huh? Wow. I don't think I've seen a 69 like that since, well, I don't know. Why don't we wait till we get started before we go down that road? Anyway, how you doing, everybody? If you are new, give the channel a chance, because I put this together not only because I personally want to document this season. I've got a lot put into it emotionally, and I've got the time to do it as well. It's a project that I decided I'm willing to take on, but I wanted to create a community for other Oriole fans because, like myself, there are a lot of Oriole fans scattered all over the globe, and a lot of people don't have an opportunity to watch the ball game on TV or hear it on the radio. Well, you got a chance to do it right here. You can follow along every pitch, every action here on the BirdWatcher channel. So if you like what you see, give it a chance and think about subscribing, okay? We're about to hit 1,200 subscribers as early as today, maybe. It's been a great start to the channel, watching the channel grow and watching ball games along with all of you guys. So let's get down to business for today, because we're 6 minutes away from first pitch. Right now in front of you, I just got some statistics from both of these teams, and folks, you really can't have two teams much more closely matched than this. They have scored precisely 350 runs each. They've played the same number of games. They've scored the same number of runs. Philadelphia has 5 more hits. That's it. Their on-base percentage is a little bit higher, but our slugging percentage is a little bit higher. Team ERA, theirs is 3.05. Ours is 3.08. So there you go. Between our offense and our pitching, it is a virtual tie. It is that close. So for today's pitching matchup, and folks, I got to tell you, looking at this going into the weekend, this is the one we got to take. Obviously, your boy has his sights set on a series win. I want to get 2 wins out of 3, if at all possible. But the only way to do that now is to win by starting today. And even if we won last night, this is the game I wanted to clinch with, because Grayson Rodriguez will be on the mound against Taijuan Walker. Taijuan Walker, look, he's been around the league for a while. I'm not saying the guy's a bum, but compared to everybody else in this Phillies rotation, his numbers are not quite so sharp. A 3-1 record, that's well and good, but an ERA of 5.40 and a WHIP of 1.45. He gives up more than 1 hit per inning, and he's given up 8 home runs in just 43 innings. Grayson Rodriguez has pitched 20 additional innings while giving up just 9 more hits and striking out nearly twice as many batters as Walker while giving up less home runs. Grayson has a record of 7-2. So in terms of pitching matchup, I think we have the advantage. We just got to hope our offense can help get the job done as well. All right. Here are your lineups. Take a look at it for yourself. I'll read over them in a minute, but for now, with just a few minutes to go before first pitch, I'm going to focus my attention on making sure this game is up and running. And so far, so good. When I get the dreaded circle of death, that's when I know I got a problem. But right now it looks like this one's going to come up and play for me without a problem. Let's see here. All right, there it is. Oh, my. I'm going to be watching the Phillies broadcast because I know who that is in that booth. That is John Kruk. John, I am not a crook. He was one of my favorite players growing up as a kid. You know why? Because I saw his physique and I said, hey, maybe chubby guys can be pro ball players. John Kruk was one of the better hitters for average in the league during his prime, despite his husky size. He was a good hitter back in the day, that John Kruk. Anyway, good to see him. But that's all I'll say positively about the Phillies, because right now we're going to war. We are going to war. So here is your lineups. Or here are your lineups. I'll learn English eventually. Let me turn this volume down just a little bit too high for me right now. For the Philadelphia Phillies. Sorry. Boy. For the Philadelphia Phillies, it looks like this. Kyle Schwarber will lead off in DH. No surprise. Nick Castellanos, again, batting second and playing right field. Bryce Harper at first base, hitting third. Alec Bohm in the cleanup spot will play third base. Bryson Stott is at second base, batting fifth. Edmundo Sosa will be at short, hitting sixth. That's the same 1 through 6 as yesterday. Bottom nine, a little bit different. You got Brandon Marsh back from a DL stint. He's been activated and playing left field today. I believe that's Garrett Stubbs at catcher, batting eighth, and Jose Rojas batting ninth. Let me check on it. Or is that Josh Rojas? Johan Rojas batting ninth. And let me check one more time. Is that Garrett Stubbs? Yes, Garrett Stubbs is the catcher batting eighth. For the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson will lead off and play short. Adley Rutschman will catch and bat second. Ryan Mountcastle in the 3 spot, playing first base. Ryan O'Hearn will DH and bat cleanup. Anthony Santander is in right field, batting fifth. You might have heard a home run call yesterday with Mr. Santander. It's gone viral. I think 4 people have seen it since it happened live. Jordan Westberg will bat sixth and play second base. Cedric Mullins has moved up to the 7 spot. How about that? He will play center field. Colton Cowser will bat eighth and play in left. And finally, Ramon Urias will be at third base, batting ninth. All right. We'll wait for first pitch, get everything lined up and ready to go. Folks, if you're watching along, there's some rules in the Charm City chat. Here are the rules real quickly. Number 1, no spoilers, please. And I'll go over better how to prevent that. But in general, if there's something that happens, don't just type in the action like Gunner home run before I've even called it, or else you're going to spoil something that's really important to everybody else watching, and that is a huge, huge no-no. It's going to get you put into timeout, and we don't want to have to do that. Also, no politics. That's pretty self-explanatory. Sports gambling talk. If you make a passing mention about something, that's fine, but we're not here to have a long TED talk about your parlay bet. Sorry. And finally, folks, again, we've got a heated battle this weekend, and we got the Yankees coming up next. I know emotions are flying high. Tensions are maybe peaking right now, but there are no insults, direct insults amongst each other here in the Charm City chat, okay? That is not allowed. That is not tolerated. Again, you'll be put into a timeout if you do something like that, and if you do it A couple of times you'll be removed from the game entirely. If you do it a third time after you come back for another game, well, that's all the track record I need for me to say, okay, that's it, you're gone for good. 3 strikes, you're out. It's a pretty fair policy, I think. We're trying to keep things nice and charming in the Charm City chat. All right, folks, again, I get it. We're all heated. We're all going to be emotional. Let's try to focus all of our emotions into the right places. I can go ahead and say, a big, middle finger to the Phillies as a team, but I'm not here to attack any individual person, and I hope the rest of you guys out there understand that that's nothing we need to be doing here. Grayson Rodriguez is on the mound. He has gone into his customary pregame sort of pep talk there, maybe saying a little prayer, whatever he does. He just sort of turns away from the plate at the back end of the mound and just gets himself mentally prepared, and he steps up on top of the rubber. We're ready to go here for Saturday afternoon baseball, Game 2 of this 3-game series. Kyle Schwarber at the plate. Let me go ahead and hit refresh on here. First pitch of the ball game is a called strike, and is that Laz Diaz behind the plate? Oh, no. And that pitch was a little bit off the plate, too, but it went our way. First pitch is a called strike. Here comes the next, and it's a swung on and hit on the ground to first base. Mountcastle will pick it up and take it to the bag himself for the unassisted putout, and this ball game is underway. 1 up, 1 down. Kyle Schwarber grounds out to Ryan Mountcastle. The Orioles are wearing their orange tops with the white pants and the classic Oriole cartoon bird face hat logo with the white front, orange bill, black back. Grayson, of course, wearing the high black socks. Here's Nick Castellanos hitting .211, stepping in. First pitch swinging. He goes after one and hits it to fairly deep center, but Mullins is playing deep and doesn't have to move far to make the catch. 1 pitch and Castellanos is gone. 2 outs on 3 pitches. Folks, I mean, not to relive what happened yesterday, but Cole Irvin, 4 pitches into the ball game, was looking at a 2-0 deficit. So just a few pitches, and I'm already feeling a lot less anxiety than I was yesterday. Here's Bryce Harper. He's settling himself into the batter's box, kicking the dirt around a little bit, getting things ready to his liking. Finally, here we go. First pitch to Harper is swung on and fouled straight back. The Phillies appear to have a strategy, which they applied yesterday to good effect, which is they're up there in the first inning hacking. Castellanos went after that first pitch. Harper with a big swing there. There's a pitch up and away, a slider that didn't slide back to the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Yeah, 4 pitches into the ball games. The Braves had already had 3 hits and 2 runs scored. They were ready. Let's see if we can. And there's a line drive, base hit into right field. Harper able to pull a pitch on the outer half of the plate into right for a 2-out single. So there you go. The Phillies aren't taking pitches. They are just hacking. Now, normally, I like to see our pitchers stay around the zone, not try to nibble. But the way the Phillies are approaching things right now, I'd like to maybe see us try to get them to chase something off the plate once or twice. There's a first pitch swing and a miss. Alec Boehm going right after that slider. Grayson with a nice location at the bottom of the zone. Boehm hitting .292, 6 homers, 54 RBI. He had the big 2-run double that capped off that extra inning win yesterday. And another swing and a miss on another slider. Folks, I'm telling you right now, your boy's on top of it. The Phillies, this was by design. They are up there saying we're going to swing at everything. That's why we throw another one out of the zone. Go ahead. And Grayson does. This one's in the dirt. Rutschman able to stop it. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Folks, Charm City chat, Do you mind letting me know? How does the audio sound? Everything sound normal today? Your boy BW sounding okay? I can only rely on feedback from you guys. I don't wear headphones. I just can't do it. Here's the pitch. This one is fouled. Bohm again swinging. Has anyone taken a pitch yet in this ball game? The one. Yeah, there was one in the dirt on the 0-2 pitch. In a situation where you pretty much can expect to not swing. But pretty much, yeah, they're swinging away. Bohm wincing after fouling that one off his foot. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This pitch is swung on and hit in the air to right center, and this ball is troubled. This one's going to get down and go up against the wall in right center field. Coming around third, and the score is Harper, and it's a 2-out RBI double for Alec Bohm. My goodness. The Phillies are up there swinging. They have a mission to set the tone. And, man, just one more batter, if we could have gotten out of this thing, maybe they would have changed the game plan up a little bit. But just like yesterday, the Phillies mount a first-inning rally. And that is 54 RBI now already for Alec Bohm. This one is up and away to Grayson Stott. 1-0 Philly here in the top of the first. Want to know the count on Stott. Next pitch is in there for a strike. Grayson Stott's batting .238 on the season. Left-handed hitter. Has 5 homers, 34 driven in. Folks, if you think a single run in the first is going to bug me, it's not. This one's fouled straight back, and the count is 1-2. I don't have enough fingers on these 2 hands to count the number of times this season the Orioles have given up a run, whether it's a solo homer or something. Whether it's Burns or Bradish or anybody, it's just something we've done a lot this season. This pitch is away, and the count is 2-2. So it'll just make a come-from-behind win rather than just a non-come-from-behind win, all the more sweeter, right, folks? 2 balls and 2 strikes on Grayson Stott. And the next pitch is fouled away. Looks like Grayson got a fresh cut. He's barely got any hair on his head. At least that's visible from under the ball cap. I can't say the same about my beard. It's been unkempt for a while. This one's hit into center, and coming in with a diving catch is Cedric Mullins, who just saved a second run. That's why he's in your team, folks. If he doesn't score a run for you, he can prevent one, and he just did. Ced Mullins on a dead sprint toward the infield. A diving headfirst catch to rob an RBI potential double, if he doesn't catch it, from Grayson Stott. Inning over. The Phillies get a run on the board from an Alec Bohm double, but we go to the bottom of the first, ready to respond. At the end of half an inning, it's the Phillies 1, the Orioles coming to bat. Let's go. Let's go. I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried. Taijuan Walker, let's go. Let's give these Phillies a taste of their own medicine. All right, Charm City chat, let's check in. How are we doing? Shantae, how are you? Country, yes, sir. Shoutin' Chuck. It's good to have a shouter in here. Baxter, Rob, Christina, good time guy. That's why you don't give up on Ced. That's what I'm saying. Where have people been? Cedric Mullins had to play through some really lean years and he was a bright spot in an otherwise dismal season. He's put in the work. I want to see him be a part of this postseason run. Same thing with Santander. You know, these guys have helped be the bridge between the Orioles we were and the Orioles we are now. Thanks for the reports on the audio, guys, by the way. Sean Finns, Baxter, good to see you. Jacob, how you doing? Bill, welcome on back. Isaac, Miss Janet Hill, folks, is here as well. Pup Chase, Daniel Berry. Chilo, welcome back. Good to have you, Chilo. I hope everything yesterday was understood. No harm, no foul. No insult intended from me on my part. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson is a called strike at the bottom of the zone. Hello to Nick, Gerald, Matt, and if I missed you, I apologize. Next pitch to Henderson is a bit inside. 1-1 the count. Taijuan Walker. Gunnar Henderson lifts one into left center field. Going back on it on the track and making the catch is Brandon Marsh. Oh, no. Baltimore did not work in our favor there. Gunnar probably is hitting a wall with a double on this one in most parks. But it's a long fly ball out to left. Tracked down by Brandon Marsh for the first out of the inning. But encouraging. That was opposite field power there from Gunnar. Here's Adley Rutschman. He takes a called strike from Taijuan Walker. Walker wears number 99. Rutschman's hitting .294, 13 homers, 51 driven in. Next pitch is low and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, yeah, I guess we should talk about the latest news on Kyle Bradish. This pitch is fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I don't want to... Actually, I've got a couple things I need to address, and I think it'd be better to just do it between innings. So hang on there, folks. But when it comes to Kyle Bradish in general, things are up in the air. Things are up in the air. Here's a ball swung on and grounded softly to second. Stott to first in time, 2 away. Rutschman grinds out. Grinds? I need to grind out. I need to grind on some coffee. Rutschman grounds out to second base for out number 2. That'll bring up Ryan Mountcastle. Walker throws a sinker and a sweeper. Those are his 2 main pitches, but he's got a few more, including a 4-seam fastball, which he just threw right there to Mountcastle high for ball 1. Mounty hitting .271, 11 homers, 32 RBI. Next pitch is a called strike. That time the sinker, top of the zone as well, but that little bit of dip caught the top of the zone for a strike. Walker is working fast. And the next pitch is just off the plate, 2-1. 2 down, nobody on. Just getting started here in Baltimore. 1-0 Philly. This pitch is inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Has he officially been put back on the DL? I'll check Twitter on that. This ball is grounded to short. Sosa to first in time, and the Orioles go 1-2-3 here in the first. On to the second we go. It's Philadelphia 1, Baltimore nothing. All right, so folks, as recently as an hour before first pitch. All right, first let me get this out of the way. Folks, yesterday, right when that big moment in the game happened and then it went into a rain delay, a few of you out there sent me some super chats. And even though I did hit the like on all of them, I forgot to shout out the name of one of you, and that is Timothy Riley. Hey, Timothy, if you're listening, thank you. I had to go back and watch part of that moment of the ball game after it happened. I had to clip out the highlight, and I noticed, looking at that super chat point, that even though I had it right up there on the screen and I'd read the name right above it, I failed to mention your name, sir. So I do apologize. Thank you, Timothy Riley, for your support. And if I don't see it today, next time I see you in chat, I'll say it again. Okay. Right. Let me head on over to the Orioles official Twitter here real quick and see if they've added that transaction official here. Normally they do this. Oh, no, this was done. So Vespi is back up. Okay. 15-day DL. But according to Brandon Hyde, they don't have any idea about anything yet in terms of longevity for this because Bradish still has to go check in with some doctors and take a look at this elbow. And folks, I'm telling you right now, you know I'm an eternal optimist. You know I'm an eternal optimist. But this is the third thing since he had to get shut down last season. He came back. Then we had to sort of shut him down there for miss a start or so, and now more problems again. It's in terms of, I think we just have to look at it as like we can't depend on him to be there for us in the postseason. If he is, that's great. This ball's hit hard to right and going back on it, and that ball is on the flag court. Edmundo Sosa goes after a first pitch and hits it onto the opposite field flag court. It's 2-0 Phillies. My goodness. Apparently somebody ate their Wheaties this morning. If there is one thing that has separated these two teams offensively, they are very close in terms of batting average and on-base percentage. It's the home runs. The Orioles came in today with about, I believe, 29 more home runs than the Phillies. But with nobody out here in the top of the second, they are beating us at our own game. Brandon Marsh at the plate. First pitch is inside, and so is the second pitch. 2-0 the count on Marsh. Hitting .265, 6 homers, 26 driven in. Next pitch is inside, 3-0. The last thing we need right now is for Grayson to be mentally unwell after giving up a pair of home runs. You got to get back in there, Grayson. Ball 4 off the plate outside. A 4-pitch walk following the home run with nobody out. That is a red flag. We need Drew French out there right now. I mean, I get it. It's Garrett Stubbs at the plate. It's the 8 and 9 hitters next. You would hope Grayson would be able to handle these guys. There's a first pitch strike on the outside edge to Garrett Stubbs, who's batting just 183. Left-handed batter. One in and one on, nobody out. Next pitch is swung on and popped up right side toward the corner. Going to be foul, and it's going to get out of play. All right. 0-2 count on Stubbs. Still looking for the first out of the inning. A double play ball would be nice. This one is inside, and the count is 1-2. Yeah, folks, if it winds up that he's out for the season, then we have to sit here and have some real talk about how they've handled Bradish. Swing and a miss, and a check down on the runner at first. He's back in with a slide, but Garrett Stubbs strikes out for the first out of the inning here in the second. I mean, folks, when Bradish initially went down, in the off season, we had a choice to make: take the surgery, and then we wouldn't have him for this season, but we would have him ready to go for next season, folks. If we have to basically do now what we could have started in the winter, as this pitch is fouled and just out of the reach of Mountcastle up against the screen on the first base side for strike one to Rojas. If it turns out he's going to have to go under the knife anyway, then basically we got, 5-6 starts out of him? And not only is he going to miss the rest of this season, he's going to miss all of next season too if he goes under the knife. So that's why we have to wonder if we did the right thing. Here's a check on the runner. Back in safely. Johan Rojas is batting .233, 2 homers, 19 driven in. This pitch is swung on and fouled back. Yeah, Rob, it goes without saying. It's a definite trade time. In fact, I would put it now above priority for a back end of the bullpen guy. Honestly, I would. As Rojas calls for time here. He's got an 0-2 count. It's one thing to lose back-end guys like a Tyler Wells or a John Means. It's a whole nother thing to lose a guy like Kyle Bradish, who you got to go out there and find not just some swing man. You got to go out there and pay for somebody that's going to be your number 2 guy in the rotation. Maybe a Jesus Luzardo comes back into the mix. 1-2 the count on Rojas. I don't think you can find a Skeens, Matt. I think you can be lucky enough to have the number 1 overall pick of the year. A guy like Skeens is in the draft. I don't think you can find him. This pitch is off the plate, and the count is 2-2. Two pitch coming. This one is hit on the ground to third. They go to second for 1, over to first. 2. A double play. All right. A little bit of momentum to work with. Grayson Rodriguez gets out of it after giving up another solo home run. This time to Edmundo Sosa. The Phillies now lead it 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. And the Orioles will be sending up the middle of the order. All right. I tell you what. A holiday trade? No. Nah. We don't have to. We don't have to give away something that big. Look, I'll tell you what we can... Does anybody want Luzardo? I'll tell you what it'll probably take to get a Luzardo. You're probably going to have to give up Heston Kjerstad, Connor Norby, and perhaps somebody like, I don't know, a McDermott. One of our, the Marlins have pitching in spades. They really do need position players. But yeah, you're going to have to get rid of Kjerstad and Norby. I mean, I'm talking about guys that, can we figure out a way to say we're still good to go if we lose a couple of these guys? They've always wanted Mullins, but how are they going to pay Mullins? That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, everybody wants Bauer, Trevor Bauer. I don't understand this Trevor Bauer fascination, but somebody apparently lied because somebody came in the chat just a few days ago saying that Houston had signed him. I haven't heard anything more about that. I mean, at this point, he's a leprechaun. He's a unicorn until I see him somewhere. All right, here we go. Breaking ball to Ryan O'Hearn to begin the bottom of the second. Who am I thinking of? Did I say the wrong name? This pitch is grounded to second, backhanded by Stott over to first in time. O'Hearn grounds out to begin the bottom of the second inning. Come on, Baltimore. We got to start squaring up some pitches on Walker here. We got to respond something early. I'm not saying we got to tie and take the lead immediately, but we got to at least get one and show them that this is going to be another back and forth contest. All right, here's Anthony Santander. Folks, you got some taters? Throw them up in the chat. Folks, we've lost 2 in a row. Last game against the Braves, first game against the Phillies. But guess what? We win today and tomorrow, we still would have won both of those series. It's not time to give up. It's time to show support. Here's the 2-0. That's up and in. 3-0 on Santander. Take another pitch, Tony. Normally, I'd say sit on one down the middle, but you're a bad ball hitter, so just take. And he does take. Ball 4. Ball 4. Runner on base, tying run to the plate in the form of Jordan Westburg. Tony finding ways to get on base any way he can. He is definitely moving his way. I mean, again, folks, a 224 average. I defy you to find another hitter in the league that has been as productive as Tony with that 224 average. Here is Jordan Westburg. He takes a big looping curve for a called strike from Taijuan Walker. 73 miles an hour on that curveball. 0-1 pitch is lifted into the air into center. Coming in and a diving catch made by Rojas. My goodness. Very similar to the catch Mullins made just a few minutes earlier. So Rojas saves a hit, and we would have had probably runners at the corners, only 1 out. Instead, 2 down and just a runner at first. Could you, Robert, if it was a curveball that broke about 3 feet? Because that thing started head high and finished at the knees. Here's Mullins, folks. First pitch is a strike. Come on, Ced. Next pitch is up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ced, I believe in you so much, we're going over here for a sec. Oh, wait a minute. That's not it. That's it. Hey, thanks for coming on into the BirdWatcher channel, sub number 1183. 1-1 the count on Mullins. He pops it up. Get out of play. The catcher has a look. It is out of play. About 5 rows right behind home plate. Folks, it has to be said, there are a lot of Philly fans in this crowd. They did their part. They hit the road to support their team. They bought up tickets. We got to get louder than they are. Mullins hits one on the ground and threw on the right side. A base hit. Cedric Mullins went after a pitch low and golfed it into right. That's when you know Mullins is on. He went after a pitch out of the zone and still was able to do something with it. 2-1. Come on, folks. First pitch to Cowser is that big curveball, and Cowser went after it. Big swing and a miss. Man, I wish he would have taken that pitch on the first pitch of the at-bat. Cowser hitting 228, 8 homers, 29 driven in. 2 on, 2 out, the pitch. Taken, called, strike 2. Come on, Baltimore. It's all mental. It's mental, man. It's mental. I can feel it right now with this team. They have got to lock in. They have got to lock in. The 0-2 pitch is swung on line right back to Walker, who makes a stab of the baseball for the final out. That ball could have been ticketed for center field. But Taijuan Walker, with the quick reflexes, stabs this line drive right out of the air. I mean, it was hit right to his glove side. He barely had to move the glove to catch it, but he did show some pretty good reflexes there. That ends the inning. Were we 1 for 13 last night with runners in scoring position? Man, that is bad. That is bad. All right, folks, let me just throw out a hypothetical for you. Again, I'm not, this game is very much undecided, but I'm just going to throw out a hypothetical that has nothing to do with the result of this game. If we finish this 9-game stretch of playing the Braves, Phillies, and Yankees with a record of 5-4 in those 9 games, how would you feel about that? Would you feel like, hey, tough stretch, we came out with a winning record, we didn't really lose any ground, and of those 5 wins, 2 of them came against the Yankees. How would you feel about that as a result? I think you would take it, right? Yeah, you want to be 6-3. You want to take 2 out of 3 from each team. But if you went 5-4, you could take it, right? All right. That's what I'm thinking. All right. So look, folks. Let's look at it that way. Again, I'm not saying anything talking about today. Plenty of time. Again, I truly believe Taijuan Walker is a hittable pitcher. You know, a lot of times our bats have shown that we need to get to the guy the second time through the order. Grayson Rodriguez with a breaking ball for a called strike here to Kyle Schwarber to begin the top of the third. Next pitch is on the outside edge for a called strike. Laz Diaz is definitely giving an inch off the plate outside, and you know how Kyle Schwarber feels about strike zones. He is already having a chat with Diaz. What he's saying right now is, okay, so that is the very edge of the zone, and he's shaking his head, which basically means if you call anything further out than that, Laz, I am going to explode. Next pitch is popped up. Rutschman taking a look. Over is Urias right at the railing. And Urias, somewhat awkwardly, looked like maybe he caught his foot underneath the bottom part of the railing there. He came hopping away out of the area there. I'm sure he'll be okay. It's just a foul ball. 0-2 the count on Schwarber, leading off the top of the third. Well, folks, that 5-4 record I'm talking about is very, very possible. Kyle Schwarber's hitting .414 during a current 7-game hitting streak. He takes one up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes Grayson's next pitch, and it's outside, 3-2, 97-mile-an-hour fastball, but too far off the plate for Schwarber to even offer at it. Payoff pitch coming. This one swung on and fouled straight back. This game has been sold out for a couple of weeks now, as is tomorrow's game. I don't know if last night's game eventually became a sellout. It was certainly a packed house, but up there in those very far reaches of the upper deck out toward the outfield area, I did see some empty sections. Here's a swing and a miss by Schwarber on the changeup. Grayson gets his second strikeout of the day. Out number 1 here in the third. And that'll bring up Nick Castellanos. Hey, David, how you doing? Buddy, don't go nowhere. I know. David, you need to go back and watch at least some of the highlights from your boy on the mic, because it was epic. This ball is popped up by Castellanos. Center field, Mullins jogging in, makes the catch, 2 down. That ball was hit about half a mile high, but only about 250 feet deep. 2 down, nobody on. Here comes Bryce Harper. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Harper singled and scored back in the first. This pitch is at the top of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Man, the one thing I'm worried about. Hey, Luke. How you doing, Luke? 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Harper went after 1 low. And the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hey there, Luke. Your father is a good man. And hopefully, with a name like Luke, your father won't turn to the dark side. Swing and a miss. Grayson Rodriguez gets Bryce Harper to strike out to win the third. All right. Last inning, he gets a double play ball. He ends this inning with a strikeout of Bryce Harper. A little something for Grayson to build off of. I've got a feeling Grayson's going to settle down here and give us a few more shutout innings and allow this offense a chance to get back into the ballgame. We go to the bottom of the third. The Phillies 2, the Orioles nothing. Yeah, Grayson looks like he's starting to find himself. Again, it's just unfortunate. Cole Irvin, 4 pitches into the ball game. He's down 2-0. After those 4 pitches, he was pretty much fine. Yeah, he gave up a lot of hits when all was said and done, but he knew how to scatter them around. He got out of jams. He did Cole Irvin things. We know he's not an ace. He's just a veteran left-hander that, like many veteran left-handers, learns how to work with what they got. And once those first 4 pitches were out of the way, he was doing fine. Grayson with that solo home run bugaboo ball. I believe he's now up to 10 home runs on the season. I think he came in today having given up 8. I might be wrong about that. Either he has given up 6 and Taijuan Walker has given up 8, or it's the other way around. But either way, he's either upped his home run total now by 33 or 25% or something in just the span of a couple of innings, giving up a couple of home run balls. All right, the Orioles will send up Ramon Urias, and then it's back to the top of the order, Gunnar and Adley. And this is what I'm talking about. Second trip through the order is where I want to see us respond. Obviously, first trip through we haven't, so that's too late. But I'm not about to sit here and wait until the 7th inning to get the offense going. Let's go. First pitch to Urias is a called strike. A sinker from Walker. Ramon batting .231, 3 homers, 8 driven in. The pitch is off the plate, low and away. Rob, the only update I got about Holiday is that they're just doing something that's more precautionary rather than like an actual injury. I think he too even has some sort of inflammation going on. Even non-pitchers have to deal with that inflammation. But this pitch is up and in. Man, Walker works really fast. It's giving me very little time to pepper in comments between pitches. 3-1 the count here on Ramon Urias. Leading it off here in the bottom of the third. The pitch. This one swung on line. Base hit. Base hit left field. It's cut off by Marsh. Ramon, though, is turning. He's going for two. Here's the throw. He is safe. He is safe. A leadoff double for Ramon. That's what we needed. Hey, look, if our number 9 hitter, who's probably the weakest bat right now in the lineup, I know Mullins is hitting with a lower average. Hell, even Santander is hitting with a lower average right now than Arias, but you know what I mean. Yeah, to get a leadoff double from him, back to the top of the order. Folks, it's sub-screen time. Come on now. Gunnar Henderson, first pitch is inside. The 1-0 is inside. Diaz says no on a pitch that the Phillies wanted. 2-0 the count on Gunnar. Let's see how careful Walker treats him with a 2-0 count. The pitch. That one is hit on the ground and a diving stop by the second baseman Stott, but the ball dribbles away from him after the dive. He might have had a chance if everything went right to pop up and maybe get Henderson at first, but he gets no one. The Orioles now have runners at the corners, nobody out, and here comes Adley. Come on, folks. Keep the line moving. Rutschman 0 for 1 today. He grounded out back in the first. 293 average. He's got 51 RBI. There's another one 90 feet away. There's a curveball for a called strike. Rutschman was not interested. He's like, I'll hit that when I'm looking for it. Otherwise, give me something straight. 2-0 Phillies, bottom of the third. The Orioles looking to get on the board. The 0-1 pitch is lined, and that ball is going to be caught. There should be a play at the plate. The throw is coming in, and the runner is safe. Ramon Arias scores on a sacrifice fly. And did Gunnar make it down to second on that throw or not? Gunnar did. Gunnar Henderson. How about that? Taking advantage of the throw in, puts himself in a scoring position as the tying run. A productive out if ever there was one. Adley hit it hard. It was a lunging grab there by the right fielder, Castellanos. His throw into home plate was not handled by the catcher. Urias would have been safe regardless, and then Gunnar takes second base to put himself in a scoring position. 2-1 now, and here's Ryan Mountcastle. All right, game on. There is some pausing going on. Laz Diaz had both arms in the air. I don't know if the pitcher wants time, the hitter wants time. We're just waiting for everybody to get ready here. And now somebody's coming out of the pen coming out of the, oh, okay, we got an equipment issue with the catcher. This seems to be a daily affair. Catcher equipment issues. I think I can count on one hand the number of times I would see a catcher equipment issue in a season until the last few years, and now it seems like it happens about once a game. All right, here we go. First pitch to Mountcastle. Breaking. Oh, what was that? That was a sweeper at the top of the zone. Mountcastle swung at it and missed. 0-1 the count. His average currently at 270. Next pitch is swung on, hit to short. Sosa will look the runner back, and throw out Mountcastle at first. Hit hard on the ground to short. Sosa fielded it cleanly and did his job. Made sure Gunnar wasn't thinking about getting off base and throws out Mountcastle for out number 2. Okay, folks, Ryan O'Hearn. Let me hear you in chat. We need a 2-out RBI. The pitch. Swung on, grounded up to short again. Sosa is busy. He throws to first, and O'Hearn is out. Well, the Orioles did what I asked them to do, which was give us a response somewhere in the early part of this ball game. I know Sean Fens, damn it. But hey, we got one back. I'm telling you, for our mentality, for our morale, when I say our, I'm talking about the boys there in the dugout. That meant something. It meant that, yes, Taijuan Walker is not a shutdown pitcher. We can get to him. Hang in there, folks. Boy, I've never seen so many people upset over getting a run back. I know we wanted more. A long way to go here. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. Like right there, Mountcastle and O'Hearn, they both didn't cash in that tying run. But you know what? They both are going to have 2, maybe 3 more chances to do something. And I'm going to put my money that at least one of them is going to do something big. Hang in there, folks. Yeah, that damn rain. How about last night? Folks? I mean, I've had some one-night stands in my time, but that one took the cake. I tell you what, I should have swiped left. Oh, man. That was something. I tell you what, folks. And again, I know it sounds self-absorbed and like ridiculous, but I had to go back and watch some highlights from my call yesterday. And I think my favorite part was when right after that, what was it? They overturned the call and we did score and the game wasn't over. And then Cowser immediately hit a deep fly ball. But I was, for some reason, back here in my bed. I'd unhooked the microphone and I just said, I need to just lie down. I went prone for a while, folks. First pitch swinging here by Bohm, and here's a barehanded play by Urias in time. Are you kidding me? Ramon Urias. Not only is he getting things started with a rally, he's getting it done in the field. Look at this play. He had a charge in a long way, barehand, and had just enough on it to beat up the runner. I don't know if they're going to check on this. It was pretty close. But, man, he did everything he could. And there is no check. That is an out all the way. Fine play from Lemon. Bryson Stott takes a first pitch strike. Next pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right. 0-2 on Stott. That was a curveball from Grayson on that pitch. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 4th. Philadelphia 2, Baltimore 1. Game 2 of 3. The Phillies won last night in 11 innings. This ball swung on and, wow, what a stab by Gunnar behind the second base bag. A spin and a throw to first in time. And right now the Orioles defense looks like the Gas House gang out there. I mean, we're talking Harlem Globetrotter looking fielding out there. They should be playing a Sweet Georgia Brown between batters right here. All right. Edmundo Sosa takes a strike. First pitch. Next pitch. There's a slider. Oh, that was a curveball. Excuse me. Tried to front door him with a breaking ball there and just missed. 1-1 the count. Sosa with a big smile on his face up there at the plate. He takes a called strike 2. Bill, too many for me to name off the top of my head, but the Yankees do it, if that's any indication. You know how the Yankees are about traditions and their uniforms and everything. Here's a ground ball to Gunnar. Another play for him. Tell you what, shortstop is a busy position today. Sosa grounds out to his counterpart to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth in a fast-moving ball game. It's the Phillies 2, the Orioles 1. Good God, I guess I better go ahead and light up a lucky. This game's moving. Oh, let me heat up some more water here. Are there any out-of-town scores I should be checking out? Oh, I guess I should take a look at the likes. Folks, we've got a bit of a light crowd here. Just under 100 people. Wow. Maybe people will trickle in here as we go on. Or maybe there was just too much for people to handle last night. Maybe people just need a day off. But, folks, of the people that are here, only about a third of you have hit the like button. That's pretty low. It's pretty low. The only reason I bring it up, folks, is because I get it. I understand. For a lot of you, your intentions are fine. You just kind of forget. You kind of forget. Oh yeah, that little thumb thing. Because I get it. Believe me, I do it too. All right. But that's why I'm giving you a friendly reminder here between innings. You're not missing any action. Tap that thumb. A few of you have already have. Maybe we can get that up to 50 here in a few moments. I really appreciate it, guys. Just a little tap of the thumb at the bottom of your screen helps out the channel, and that's all you got to do. That's it. Hey, you even burn exactly half a calorie if you do it. That's a half a calorie out of the way. There's a benefit to it all. All right, I need to put some water in here. I need to heat this coffee up. I need to heat this coffee up a little bit more. And that's it for the water. All your boy has in terms of sustenance is a banana, with the rest of this coffee, and the remaining macaroni gummies from yesterday. All right, first pitch here to, is that Santander? Yes, it is low and in for ball one. The next pitch is a called strike. Clips the bottom of the zone on the inside half. Santander drew a walk in the first plate appearance. His on-base percentage is over 300 now, which is good. This ball's drilled. He's admiring it. This one's heading for the bleachers in right center. Bye, birdie. Anthony Santander has done it again for the second game in a row. When the Orioles were down a run and needed one, Tony delivered. A game-tying homer. He is in a zone, and he admired that stroke. What a swing. What a launch. You are go for launch, Anthony Santander. We've got a brand new ball game tied at 2. Here's Jordan Westburg. This pitch is so far off the plate, it goes to the backstop. Taijuan Walker, you have been rocked. You're going to need a walker after this is all over. This pitch is a called strike at the bottom of the zone. Yeah, I'm going to send you a walker. You know, the one with the tennis balls on the bottom? I don't know why they're there, but they're there. Swing and a miss on a curve. That is the second time Westburg has gotten a big breaking ball and swung and missed. Might not be the pitch for him. 1-2 is called strike 3, outside edge. Let me tell you one thing. Taijuan Walker works faster than any pitcher I've seen so far this season. He is throwing like vintage Bob Gibson. Give me the ball back, and here it comes. One away. And David, a couple of bucks for the homers forthcoming. Wait a minute. I've never had a premonition super chat. Thank you, David. This pitch is a called strike on the outside edge to Mullins. Said has a hit already today. That average creeping back to 200. He takes upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-2 ball game. Bottom of the 4th. The pitch is a breaking ball, and Ced got into that one, and it's going to get caught. A lunging catch by Castellanos. Boy, Ced put a good swing on that breaking ball, but it didn't quite have a whole lot of exit velo behind it. If anything, we needed it to dump in there, but Castellanos able, with his limited range, he tracked that ball down. 2 down, folks. Get the cows up in the chat and do it quick. First pitch to him is a called strike. I'm telling you, folks, you got to be on top of your emoji game today because Taijuan Walker works fast. Next pitch is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2. Base is empty, but the Orioles have tied the ball game up. This pitch is inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Going to the 4th, what? Are you telling me what the outcome of this inning is, John Jacobs? I'm still watching a game in the 4th. What are you talking about? Swing and a miss. Cowser goes down, and the inning is over. So, oh, well, thank you. Thank you for correcting the thing that you jumped out ahead of. Just put him in timeout. Put him in timeout, Janet, please. John, the idea isn't to come to a live sports stream and try to beat the announcer to the call. What are you doing? That's it? That's your only comments? To type in the activities that are happening as fast as possible? Wow. What a precisely wrong thing to do. We go to the 5th, tied at 2. My goodness. Does anybody understand anything? I don't know what the hell to tell people. I don't know about any of these. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go heat up some coffee. All right? All right. Even when Biff Tannen had Gray's Sports Almanac and Back to the Future, I don't think he was going around going, hey, guys, watch this. It's about to be a 80-yard Hail Mary pass to win the game. Watch. Like, even he wouldn't spoil it. Even Biff Tannen wouldn't spoil a game result that he even knew what the result was. I mean, come on, for crying out loud. Unbelievable. We go to the top of the 5th. All right. There's that hot water. Tony's home run went 424 feet. Brandon Marsh, first pitch swinging, and this one is, excuse me, sorry, a little bit of gas there. Indigestion, maybe. That's fouled down the left field line and into the stands. Brandon Marsh walked his first time up. 0-1 count, leading off the top of the 5th. 2-2 ball game. Frig. And this one is hit, and a diving catch by Cedric Mullins on a ball that was just sailing downward. That ball was in the air for moments. It was just ticketed to drop. I don't know how Ced got a glove under it, but he did. Unbelievable. What a catch from Ced. It's not going to be as big of a highlight catch for him as robbing a home run or a dead sprint up against the wall. But right now, folks, I'm telling you, in terms of difficulty level and who else in the league can make a catch like that, it is a short list. And Said just showed you why he's on it. Stubbs fouls one away. 0-2 the count. Man, you know, so much of me just wants to go back to Twitter, to all the people that are giving me so much static about, move on, you dummy. Mullins is washed up. And I'm explaining to him, hey, when we have an offense this good, you can afford to have a guy struggling at the plate who gives you a gold glove in center field. It's important. Let's give him a chance to. Yeah, that's the worst take I've ever heard. This one's line to right, and Santander nearly misplayed it. That ball was lined. Santander took a step to his left and then immediately had to change course and barely stabbed that ball out of the air. 2 down. That was almost a problem. Hey there, Rhino. How you doing? Yeah, so folks, look, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people out there who watch baseball, but for some reason have zero understanding of the game. And I mean zero. I ain't saying I've got 100%, but I'm in the 90th percentile. This ball's hit slowly. Arias is going to have no play. That was a swinging bunt by Rojas. And even though Ramon made a great barehanded play on a soft grounder his way earlier, no chance there. He just scooped it up and put it in his pocket. So a 2-out swinging bunt single. And the Phillies have a runner on at first. Back to the top of the order for Kyle Schwarber. First pitch to him is off the plate outside, ball 1. Schwarber 0 for 2 so far today. Here's a check on the runner. He's back in. This is a big out right here. If Rojas had made the final out, you would have had Schwarber leading off, and the next inning could have lined up pretty tough. But if you can go ahead and get Schwarber here, it kind of breaks up this top part of the order between innings. This is a swing and a miss. A challenge fastball a little bit high. Schwarber went after it, and the count is 1-1. 2-2 ball game. 2 down in the top of the 5th. Phillies with a runner at first. The pitch is swung on ground and back up the middle, and Gunnar with a quick field and tap of the bag at second, beating the runner there by a fraction of a second. Gunnar Henderson with the unassisted putout. We are halfway through this one. Folks, are you ready for more drama? Am I? I don't know. I'm going to have a lucky and answer that one later. I'll be back. Enjoy the ball game. Hit that like button. Let's get it up to 50. Come on, folks. It's looking like a light day here. I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm not the hottest ball game in town. Yesterday's numbers, by the way, folks, were incredible. We had nearly 4,000 people show up. The average watch time was around 10 minutes, which, believe me, is very good because for everybody that just checks in for like 10 seconds, that's another person that's here for basically the entire ball game. A really, really amazing turnout for the channel. Now, look, I would much rather have the Orioles win than to sit here and talk about great channel turnout numbers, but it's good going forward for all of us because the more eyes that this channel sees, the bigger the community is going to grow and the more hype we're going to get. And maybe I'll even replace the photo that's currently up there in my place right now with something else. I actually I had a great screenshot of Harry Carey looking his most Harry Carey-ish, but I'm like, well, he's not Orioles related. People might not like that. But I'll come up with something. I'll probably throw Earl in there. Maybe Earl barking at an umpire. That's probably the most fitting thing. Whoa, look out. Wow, that just dumped everything out. Wow. Wow, great. Clean up on aisle 3. Clean up on aisle 3. Okay, first pitch is a strike to Ramon Arias. And now I've got 2 things to handle. Next one is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 5th. Arias up first. Then it's back to the top of the order. That's how things started a couple of innings ago, and we got that first run. He doubled to lead off that inning. There's a pitch low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, my empty water bottle, I've got an oscillating fan, and yeah, the spill is ash from my ashtray. It's the worst spill. There's a called strike. 2-2 the count on a sweeper on the outside edge at the knees. Yeah, so the oscillating fan blew over an empty water bottle, which then fell down onto the chair that sits my ashtray, and then just flipped that ashtray over and dumped everything all over the place. Full count pitch. Swung on and missed. A sweeper above the zone. Arias went after it. That could have been ball 4. Instead, it's strikeout number 3 for Taijuan Walker. Back to the top of the order. I mean, come on, BW. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, I think I can salvage this. First pitch is a strike to Gunnar Henderson on a curveball. All right, that's not too bad. Next one is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Folks, when Gunner's up, what am I doing here? We go over here now. 1-1 pitch is low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Still waiting to have my lucky. 2-1 pitch is a breaking ball fouled away off to the right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th, 2-2 ball game. This pitch is fouled away right there at the plate. We'll do it again. Yeah, the worst part is my ashtray is usually empty of the ashes. Oh, what happened here? Okay, the count has now gone full. Ball 3. Full count on Gunner. Adley on deck. The payoff is swung on and missed. Gunnar Henderson could not handle a 92-mile-an-hour sinker that had a whole lot of the zone. 2 down. I go to the sub screen with nobody on base, only for Gunner. Back over here now so you can have some info. 2-2 ball game. Both teams with 4 hits. The Phillies have an error. First pitch to Rutschman is low and in for ball 1. William, all I can say is that sometime between mid-April to about mid-May, the Yankee fan base spent about a month saying Aaron Judge was playing like crap. They're not saying it anymore. Here's a pitch taken for a called strike. I mean, even the best hitters in the league are going to struggle here and there, folks. 1-1 the pitch. Popped up. And Sosa's calling for it. He's battling the sun, and he makes the catch. After catching the ball, he takes another look at the sun. And again, a big old grin on his face. This guy's got a permanent smile. Did somebody slip him some ecstasy before the game? I'll have what he's having. We go to the 6th. Tied at 2. Oh, boy. Boy. It's going to be another nail biter, man. By the way, folks, it's 4:16 a.m. local time for your boy, and you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, BW, calling these games that start at 3 a.m. must be really bad for your neighbors. Well, guess what? This is Thailand, and it's Saturday night. At 4 a.m. right now that I've got my screen door open to let out some of the smoke, I can hear all kinds of activity going on out there. There is music playing. There's sounds of laughter and chatter and just overall intoxication. Motorbikes moving up and down the street. There's plenty of action going on at 4:17 a.m. where I am. So I'm just another guy making a little bit more noise. All right. Top of the 6th. What's Grayson's pitch count at the moment? 64 through 5. That's fine. That's fine. That's just fine. Just fine. Hey, by the way, folks, when Santander had hit that home run off of Matt Strahm, that is the first run Strahm had given up since opening day. That's how hard he had been to get to. If it wasn't opening day, it was the opening series. One of the two. I might be wrong. It might be opening series, but it's been a long time. It's been 2 solid months and a half. First pitch is fouled away by Nick Castellanos. The land of smiles is the official slogan of the country. You can Google it. I didn't just make it up as a buzzword. Here's a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another swing and a miss on that slider from Grayson, working off the outside to the right-hander. And Castellanos asks for time. Beautiful looking day. Lots of sunshine out there. Swing and a miss. Castellano chases yet another slider. Strikeout number 4 for Grayson. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Pitch count is fine. He could potentially go 7 as long as he keeps runners off the base here. This pitch is a called strike. So suddenly, it seems like the Phillies are reversing course and taking more pitches, and Grayson is throwing strikes. Bryce Harper at the plate. Next pitch is swung on and missed. He went after a 97-mile-an-hour fastball off the outside. 0-2 on Bryson Stott is a couple of batters away. This pitch is fouled back, still 0-2. The 0-2 is well off the plate. Your boy will be back on screen here in a sec, but again, with a start time like this for your boy, he needs a little help with a special lucky as well. Here's a swing and a miss on a slider that got away from Adley, but apparently Harper wasn't interested in trying to run down the first. Adley does complete the out and tap Harper anyway. 2 down. And the batter now, Alec Bohm. Bohm has already gotten a hit and drove in a run. This one's lined opposite field and a base hit. So Alec Boehm is having himself a pretty good series. Second hit today. Again, that 2-run double last night that decided the ball game in 11 innings. Here's Bryson Stott, and here's a ball into right field, and that's going to be down for extra bases up against the wall. Boehm will have to stop at third, and it's a double with 2 down by Bryson Stott, and the Phillies suddenly are on the verge of regaining the lead. 2 outs. Sativa or indica? I prefer whatever's cheaper. I really, I just have to go with what I can afford. Good time. All right. Here comes Edmundo Sosa. He's already got a home run today. Second and third, 2 down. Big moment in the ball game. The Orioles have got to keep this game where it is. What? Oh my God, my Orioles poster just blew off the wall. Oh my God, don't let that be an omen. It just blew off the wall. It didn't happen on your screen because I'm not up right now. But apparently opening up my balcony door along with the fan on just blew that poster right off. Here's a swing and a miss by Sosa on a curveball off the plate. Don't go uh-ohing on me. Don't go uh-ohing. No, 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 no. That was completely separate from anything abnormal or anything. Don't worry about it. 1-1 the count on Sosa. Next pitch is foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 more strike, Grayson. Come on. Apparently some wind kicking up into my apartment here. This ball is in the dirt. 2-2 the count. All right, here we go. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled off of the leg of Sosa. We'll do it again. There you go, Sean Finns. I like your take. This will be pitch number 81 from Grayson. Second and third, 2 down. The pitch is lifted in the air to the right side, and it will get out of play. Long at bat going here. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and tapped foul again. My goodness. Grayson looking for that put-away pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. That slider from Grayson. That has been his out pitch today. Low and away to the right-hander. And once again, The batter comes up empty on a feeble swing. The strikeout ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the sixth, tied at 2. Let's go. Let's get some runs. Oi. All right, one more. I'll be back just a second, folks. Hey, here you go. Out-of-town scores. Toronto up 5-0 on the Guardians. That one's almost over. And the Giants have a 2-1 lead on the Angels in the bottom of the fifth. Giants also rallying right now with 2 men on base, nobody out. The Nationals ahead 2-0 on the Marlins in the seventh. Scoreless between the Reds and Brewers, bottom of the fifth. The Tigers all over the Astros, 10-zip in the fourth. Mets up 1-0 on the Padres. Tampa up by the same score on the Braves. One final in, the Cubs beat the Cardinals 5-1. Coming up tonight, yeah, that's right. It's the Yankees and Red Sox. Come on, Boston. Help us out. I can't believe I'm saying that. Rangers and Mariners. Royals and Dodgers. Boy, that's a nice series. That is a series I want to watch. I want to watch that later tonight or this morning for me. Royals and Dodgers. Pirates and Rockies. You will not be seeing me watch that game. White Sox and Diamondbacks. And one game has already been postponed. Oakland and the Twins. Bottom of the sixth, leading it off, Ryan Mountcastle stepping in against Taijuan Walker. First pitch is swung on and grounded up the middle and a base hit. First pitch of the inning, Ryan Mountcastle is on as the go-ahead run, nobody out. Let's get to Taiwan. This win will be made in Taiwan. How's that sound for a pun? Ryan O'Hearn is up, and the first pitch to him is off the plate. 1-0. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the sixth. And that's enough of that special lucky. Your boy's coming back on screen. Pitch is well off the plate outside again. 2-0 the count. The pitch. Outside, ball 3. Every pitch Walker's thrown in this at-bat gets further off the plate. 3-0 the count on Ryan O'Hearn. If he walks him, that pushes the go-ahead run to second with nobody out. The pitch, he takes all the way for a strike. Top of the zone from Walker. Mountcastle at first, nobody out. The 3-1 is swung on and missed. O'Hearn had a sinker on the outside. It was in the zone, but he could not make contact. Come on, O'Hearn. Here's a check on the runner. Back in with a slide is Mountcastle. With a 3-2 count, there is a chance Mountcastle could be off with the pitch. Try to stay out of the double play and maybe make it easier to go to first to third on a single. The 3-2 is swung on, hit it on the ground, and through on the right side, a base hit. Let's see if Mounty can get to third. He does. He does. First and third, nobody out. The go-ahead run 90 feet away. And is it me or is Anthony Santander due up next? Folks, I want to see more potatoes in this chat than the frickin' potato famine. Get them taters up. Hurry up. Ain't no time to waste. Tony's at the plate. First and third, nobody out. Tie ball game. Bottom of the sixth. The pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Santander has walked. Santander has homered. Santander is in a mood. The right man you want in this spot. The 0-1 is lifted in the left center. Going back is the center fielder. He'll make the catch, but this will get the go-ahead run in. A sacrifice fly RBI for Anthony Santander. Mountcastle crosses the plate, and the Orioles lead 3-2. That's right, I said the Orioles lead 3-2. Tony went after a pitch off the plate outside, and still, Tony being Tony said, I can do something with that. All right, first pitch to Jordan Westburg is a foul at the plate, it would appear. The camera did not cut back until that pitch was already on its way in. Westburg 0 for 2 today. Runner at first, one down, a run in. Next pitch is swung on and fouled away off to the left. No balls and 2 strikes. More runs. Activity in the Philly bullpen. Lefty Gregory Soto. How many lefties do they have? We saw like 3 of them yesterday, and he wasn't one of them. The 0-2 pitch is low and in the dirt. Nice block there by the Philly catcher, whose name I've already forgotten. Who the hell's catching? Oh, Garrett Stubbs. Wait a minute. Who does JT Realmuto play for? I thought he played for the Phillies. 1-2 the count. This one is a little bit low, 2-2. Could somebody tell me where JT Realmuto is playing these days? Because apparently I've forgotten. I thought he was on the Phillies. He didn't play last night. So, he had knee surgery. Okay, thank you, Steph. Obviously not great to hear. I saw the list of the injury report, but that was not included on it. Okay, so he's still with the ball club. 2-2 count here on Westburg. And here, a check on the runner. The next pitch is low and in. Full count. Full count for Westburg. Taijuan Walker will be throwing pitch number 86. Here it is. There goes the runner, and it's grounded foul off to the left. Luckily foul because the third baseman was playing close to the line. It looks like he had anything covered for extra bases there. Still a full count, folks. Lock in. You got a pillow next to you? Squeeze it. The payoff pitch to Westburg is swung on and went to right center. And it's going to hang up there for Castellanos. He'll make the catch in right. It was more right field than right center. I apologize if I misled you into thinking we might have had one there in the gap. Castellanos did have to move to his right toward the gap, but not too far to make that catch. 2 down. In steps said. First pitch is a breaking ball, and he wisely lays off. 1 ball and no strikes. Mullins has a single today. Said. The pitch is taken. Diaz with a very unanimated strike call. The count is 1-1. That pitch was at the top of the zone on the outside edge. 1-1 pitch. Low and in. Easy for Mullins to lay off. That's right, Chad. Come on. Said. The 2-1. High for ball 3. Mullins with a hitter's count against a guy who appears to be running out of gas. This will be pitch number 92. There's some noise at the yard right now. The pitch. Takes low for ball 4. I think Walker's finished. They might leave him out there because Arias, the number 9 hitter, up. Maybe they want to wait to bring in a lefty to face Gunnar. But no, that is not the case. The Phillies have seen enough. This is going to be an interesting play right here. Who are they going to go to? Do they go to a lefty now? It might make sense because Ramon Arias in his career actually hits righties better than lefties. And if you're going to bring in a guy now, should Arias get on, then you got Gunnar up and in the middle of a rally, and you're stuck with a righty out there. So I got to think they're going to go to a lefty. They did have that one lefty getting loose. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. There is a lefty coming in. I'm calling it now. That name should pop up down on your screen. There was a lefty getting loose not long ago. I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah. I'm sorry. Colton Cowser's up next. All right, so this makes sense. Yes, Soto. For some reason, I'm used to Cowser hitting ahead of Mullins. I figured once Mullins had hit, that it must be Arias next. My apologies, folks. That's what happens when you assume you make an ass out of you and me. I learned that from the Bad News Bears. And here I am, 47 years old, still making the same mistakes. Colton Cowser is the next guy up. So 2 of the next 3 from the left side. Now you understand the move. Austin Hayes is going to pinch hit, folks. Look at it. It just popped up right there on the screen. The game isn't even back on my TV yet. But we are countering the move. Soto, the pitcher. Let's get a look at him. Gregory Soto, 29-year-old lefty. On the 2024 season, folks, these are numbers your boy can live with. And I was saying last night that they're using their best lefties, which meant that might cost them today. This has got to be their lowest leverage lefty guy. This is the lefty they don't want to use. He's got an ERA nearing 5 and a very, very bad whip. He's basically given up close to 2 runners per inning. Gregory Soto. Let's see how this works. With Austin Hayes on the pinch hit. Back to the sub screen. Here we go. 27th appearance from Soto. Hayes has been fantastic in these pinch hitting roles. He's got 2 on with 2 out. The pitch. Swung on and missed. He chased a slider low and away, and I really couldn't tell you why he went after it. That pitch started well off the plate. But Hayes was wanting to jump on the first pitch. Next pitch is taken, and the count is 0-2. Hayes made enough of a gesture to hope to get a call there, but that ball did hit the inside corner. So Hayes quickly in the hole. He asks for time, and the Orioles have to ask for time pretty much every at-bat, they're using their timeout because these Phillies pitchers are working fast. It's got to be another part of their strategy. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed on a pitch pretty much in the dirt. And Hayes, it has to be said, never had a chance in that at-bat. Never had a chance not only to do something, but just to find his feet and settle in. That's how it goes as a pinch hitter sometimes. You're sitting down the whole ball game. Next thing you know, hey, Hazy, grab a bat. You go up there, and in 15 seconds, you find yourself in an 0-2 hole. Next thing you know, you're swinging at something maybe you don't want to, and that's it. You're done. Tough one for Hayes. But look, folks, I don't want to hear any groaning. We just took the lead. We're going to the late innings. Orioles 3. Phillies 2. There is some news on Bradish, my friend. We know that he needs to get tests. There can't possibly be any test results yet. I mean, if they took tests today, we wouldn't know anything for at least a couple days. Unless they... So you're just telling us what we've already been reporting here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we know he's going for tests on the elbow, and we've been talking about it here, about whether or not we made the right decision in shutting him down for surgery back in the off season. Which, yeah, he would have been missing this season, but if you knew that he'd be missing this season, you could have gone out and made one more addition to try and replace it for that 1 year, like a Kimbrel situation. Go out there for a 1 year contract, a gun for hire. But with this situation, we basically got, 6 starts out of him? And if that's all we get out of him this year, then that means it's going to be 2 seasons of Kyle Bradish making 6 starts versus just having 1 season without him. You tell me which you'd rather have. Brandon Marsh takes a called strike from Grayson Rodriguez, who is indeed out here for his 7th inning of work. Next pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. So, yeah, the news on Bradish in the coming days is crucial. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back, 1-2. 97 on the gun from Grayson. He's still got plenty of velocity on the fastball. 86 pitches. I mean, he could go 7. He could complete 7 innings against the Phillies. 1-2 pitch to Marsh is up and away. 98 that time. And he does not look like he's throwing it with any extra effort. Two-two pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to left. Hayes backing up, backpedaling, and makes the catch. Probably about 10 feet in front of the track. Closer, about 20 feet from the foul line. In left field. 1 down. Grayson has gone 6 1/3. 2 solo home runs. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Since then, fantastic. Here's a first pitch changeup for a called strike to Garrett Stubbs. He is 0 for 2. The next one is lined right back in the middle over the glove of Gunner for a base hit. All right, this is where we need to start thinking about what to do. I think we've got to approach this the same way. If Rojas is a left-hander, then we may as well we got to have a lefty up, because after Rojas, 2 of the next 3 batters, Schwarber and Harper, this is where we wish we had Danny Coulomb, I tell you that. Grayson is out there, and the next Sorry. Rojas takes a curveball for strike. Brian Baker, the righty, is getting loose. Do we have a lefty? This one's line foul off to the left. 0-2 the count on Rojas. We must put him away. It is the top of the order after him. And there's already a runner on base. And you got an 0-2 count. This is a must. Got to put him away. The pitch is just off the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch number 94 is not coming yet. There's a check on first, and they got, oh no, they dropped the ball. Grayson, a pickoff attempt. The runner was caught Stubbs off the bag, but unfortunately, they tried to throw to second, and the ball was not handled. It's an error on somebody. We picked him off, and we couldn't get him. And I'll tell you what, Mountie took too long to hold that ball and throw to second. He took away, but nobody, maybe there was no one there to cover the bag. Plus, he had Westberg and Gunnar kind of confused as to who to take that throw. That was just a bad communication all around. 2-2 the count now with a runner at second. The pitch is lifted foul behind the plate. Let's hope that mistake doesn't cost us. Only 1 out in the inning. The pitch is hit on the ground, foul off to the left. And I'm telling you now, we've got to have somebody ready for Grayson. You can tell, again, it's that point of the ball game where a guy starts extending the at-bat and fouling pitches away, and the pitcher can't find that put-away pitch. Now we're on pitch 97. A 2-2 pitch. Swung on and flared right to Gunnar Henderson. Oh, thank goodness. Rojas with a flare softly to Gunnar. Luckily, it didn't have enough to go over him. And we got out number 2. Kyle Schwarber is due up next. What do you do here? You could say, well, there's a righty after him with a base open. But do you put the go-ahead run on just to keep Grayson out there? Or do you take your chance? Apparently, we don't have a lefty ready. Nick Vespi was called up to replace Kyle Bradish. I cannot guarantee whether or not Vespi's even in the bullpen right now. I would assume so. I don't know if the Tides were on the road somewhere far away or what the deal was, but that's one possibility. Keegan Aiken another, though he threw 3 innings? Yeah, Aiken is out of the mix. We've got a shortage of lefties, folks. We have got a shortage of lefties. So that's why there was a conference right now on the mound. What do we do here? Kyle Schwarber, the lefty. He represents the go-ahead run. Yeah, I saw Baker warming up, and I reported it. That's the righty. And if we pitch around Schwarber, then we'll bring him out to face Castellanos. And based on that first pitch from Rodriguez, it does feel like maybe we aren't going to give Schwarber anything to hit. That one was way off the plate for ball 1. The next pitch is grounded, right side, and handled in fair ground to Mountie. He flips to Grayson, and we get out of the inning. Oh, Dr. Grayson Rodriguez, what a performance. A 7th inning that could have gone south real quick, but Grayson hanging in there like an ace and completes 7 innings with the lead. We go to the bottom of the seventh. It's stretch time here in Baltimore, folks. And you know what that means. It's time to put some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up in chat. Get some. Grab the syrup. Get a pat of butter. Get a cup of OJ if you need it. Just get those cakes on the griddle, folks. We need to level up this series. Got me a wife, got me a fiddle. And then the life ain't nothing but a riddle. I thank God I'm a country boy. Woo! How you doing? Hey, Melanie, how you doing, hon? Melanie, how you doing, hon? Hey, somebody was asking that they were trying to join but couldn't figure it out or something. What the hell? If somebody wants some binoculars, I want them to be able to get some frickin' binoculars over here. We need more binoculars in chat. Are you bird watchers or aren't you? How the hell are you going to watch birds without binoculars? I don't know how you do it. Yeah, I know it was last night, but I just can't remember who it was. That's the part I'm thinking about. Who was it? And why couldn't they figure it out? You need to use a desktop to sign up. You can't do it over your phone. How about a tablet? Has anyone ever tried a tablet? Do I hear tablet? Okay. I'm a Mariners fan, but like what the Orioles are doing. Well, thank you, Steph. You know, as an organization and, I've always appreciated the Mariners. I think they got a really good fan base. I think, they're one of those teams that for a long time took forever just to get to a postseason and experience postseason success. They're still looking for that first World Series. So I got a lot of respect for Mariner fans out there because, man, they've had a lot of good teams over the years. Some of the greatest players. Ichiro, for crying out loud. Griffey and Ichiro. How do you do it? How do you have a Griffey and an Ichiro? Here we go. Soto to Urias. First pitch. Bottom of the seventh is swung on and missed. Ramon, 1 for 2 today with that double back in the third. It's a glitch and YouTube can tell me a workaround? How can they tell me? Believe me, I've tried to quote-unquote contact YouTube with a question. It's, I might as well put a message in a bottle and send it out to sea. 2-1 the count now on Ramon Urias. The pitch is fouled away, 2-2. I mean, if there's something I can look up, if I can Google, how can I mean, isn't this something just anybody could Google? Like, if you're the person trying to be I should have a contract. Yeah, that's probably what, like 10,000 words? Again, couldn't this, if I'm someone trying to join somebody's channel, couldn't I just Google, I'm trying to join YouTube channel, but cannot, how do I, or whatever. And then do it that way, right? Why is it on me? I got to read through like the 9/11 report to figure this out? Okay, I'll take a look. Ramon Urias strikes out for the first out here in the bottom of the seventh. We are back to the top of the order, and you know what that means. First pitch to Gunnar Henderson is a called strike. Oh, and 1 the count This one is strike 2. Gunnar takes. Gunner's 1 for 3. Singled in the third. The Orioles obviously want more than a 1-run lead. And that ball, whoa, got up in the ear of Gunnar. He went down. Certainly that can't be intentional, but you never know. It's certainly going to increase the tension between these two teams and the fans in the seats. That's our boy right there you're throwing out, my friend. I'm not saying you did it on purpose. But let's try to keep it away from our boy's head, okay? 1-2 pitch is hit right back to the pitcher. A flip to first. A casual flip that Gunnar was only half a stride away from beating out. But he is retired all the same. 2 down, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th. It's up to Adley Rutschman to get something cooking here in this 7th inning rally window. Wow. So why do they make it so extremely difficult when it's, abundantly clear that people use Macs or Apples and people use Windows and what? I don't understand why they're going to make the content creator figure it out through some back end solution. Just figure it out. Billionaire corporation. All right, 1-1 to Adley. This pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike. When Adley's hitting right-handed, he's hitting .420. This pitch is low, 3-1. That might be why he's not seeing much in this at-bat so far. Mountie is on deck. That pitch is low for ball 4. Rutschman walks. All right, this is why Brandon Hyde likes to keep these righties and lefties flip-flopping through the order, because the Phillies have got to make some decisions here. Ryan Mountcastle coming up. But if you go to a righty, then the next 2 guys, O'Hearn and Santander, will be batting from the left side. There is a conference on the mound. The Phillies got a lot to talk about. Right now, to quote an umpire, a major league umpire, their ass is in the jackpot. And yes, Soto is now departing the game. They're going to bring on a righty to face Mountie. And I'm telling you right now, folks, if they don't get him out, we're going to win this ball game right here and now. Because, yeah, I tell you that, yeah, right now. This is a big move, Philly. This is a big move for Philly. They're putting their chips in on this at-bat with a right-hander. Because if you don't get Mountie, it's trouble. Trouble we want for a change. Oh, boy. How you doing there, Charm City chat? Hey, folks. How you doing? Welcome in. Have a seat. The view count keeps going up as the game goes on. That's to be expected. I hope you enjoy what's happening here on the Orioles BirdWatcher channel. We've been following along all ball game. I'm BW. Welcome in. Have a seat. Grab a cold one. But if you don't mind, as I welcome you into my home, it's sort of like taking your shoes off, Hit that like button, why don't you? You're here. It's a courtesy, and it really does help me. Rather than taking off your shoes, entering the house, helping me from having to clean up the floor, hitting the like button helps me grow up this channel I got here. You see what I'm talking about? You see the analogy I'm using right here? It's completely off the top of my head, but I'm using it. Because every time I bring up hitting the like button, I feel the cringe. I know it's cringy. I'm not a salesman, okay? That's not my bag, baby, all right? But I got to do it. So every time I bring it up, I try to make it interesting and try to get down on a level where it's just like, look, folks, it's not an empty gesture. It really does help out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Pitching change has taken place. Jose Ruiz is making his 16th appearance. 1-1 record, 2.76 ERA. He is right-handed against Mountcastle. The first pitch to Mount, he swung on in line foul off to the left, and we should be back over here right about now. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I do need to refresh my stream. Oh, let's hope that there is an opportune time to do it. Oh, it just went out. My God, you must be on the same. Oh, my God, I should have done it. Oh, my God. Okay, nothing happened yet. Nothing happened yet. Please, for the love of God. Now I got to open this damn thing back up. I knew that would happen. Good Lord. As soon as you said it. It's like a 2-hour max. Okay. 1-1 the count on Mountcastle. Sorry that I freaked out. The pitch. Swung on and missed. He chased a curveball low and away. 1-2. Ryan O'Hearn and Anthony Santander, the next two hitters up. Again, if the Phillies fail to get Mountie out, they are in big trouble. But unfortunately, the move pays off. Fastball right down the middle. Mountcastle swings and misses, and this inning is over. Folks, we are going to the 8th. And another nail-biter. Folks, I encourage everyone right now to go to your medicine cabinet and grab whatever you need to maintain your composure through the next half hour or so, folks. I know I'm about to grab some medicine. A special kind of medicine. And since it's not a late night ball game, I'll be courteous enough to take my medication off screen, if you know what I mean. Wait a minute, what's this noise? Oh, I don't know what that was. Right, folks, I just really want to say thanks to everybody who's been tuning in this weekend to this series. It's been a very tight affair between these two teams. And yeah, I just want to, say thanks. Again, last night's turnout, folks, nearly 4,000 of you. 4,000. Folks, the channel keeps growing. There's all those analytics. And after once I hit that first 1,000 subs, I was beginning to worry. I saw a few of the numbers start to go down a little bit. But guess what? It's like a second wave. It's like we're recycling again. We've had over 300 subs in the past 28 days. That is a better pace than the previous 28 days. It's rocking and rolling. Hoochie coo. Talent, dedication, and the fact that, I'm a ticking time bomb. And it's an interesting watch because you never know what you're going to get, right? All right, folks. Brian Baker. Folks, this guy made his first appearance and went 1 2/3 innings of shutdown ball. I'm back on his corner for now. First pitch, he paints the outside edge for a called strike to Nick Castellanos. We are in the top of the 8th. The Orioles with a 3-2 lead. Next pitch is a little bit low and away on the slider. Baker wanted Castellanos to chase it. He did not. Castellanos is 0 for 3 so far today. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. There's that slider again. This time it clips the zone, but Castellanos couldn't touch it anyway. 1-2 the count. Pitch is swung on and missed. A slider again. Outside edge again. Brian Baker. That is now 2 innings in a major league uniform this season, and they have been 2 very impressive innings. The 6 outs that he's gotten since coming up to the big club. Here's Bryce Harper. First pitch to him is well off the plate, low and away. Now this should be an interesting matchup here. Harper, the lefty, splitting up the righties, Castellanos and Alec Boehm. With a 1-run lead, will Baker give him anything out over the plate? This pitch is up and away for ball 2. It's tough because Alec Boehm, we've tried to go around Harper and go to Boehm, and it's backfired on us once already. Here's one in the zone, and Harper swings at it and goes to left field. This one's going to be there for Austin Hayes. A huge second out. Bryce Harper is sent back to the dugout with nothing. 2 down, nobody on. And Brian Baker coming in. High leverage situation. So far, so good. We are in the top of the 8th, my friend. The pitch. Inside Alec Boehm. Ball 1. Boehm with 2 hits today. A double and a single. He's had a huge series so far. Just keep it away from him. Perfectly placed 96-mile-an-hour fastball knee high on the inside corner. Boehm turns around to talk to Laz Diaz. But folks, I can't believe I'm saying this. Diaz's strike zone today has been okay. There's a slider a little bit low and away. It hasn't been perfect, but it has been a massive improvement from the last time he's been behind the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 down. The pitch. Lifted in the air, and that is a pop-up center field. Mullins got it. 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3 outs to get. Let's get some insurance. It'll be O'Hearn, Santander, and Westberg due up. Orioles 3, Phillies 2. Special lucky 1. I don't know what happened to Brian Baker, but it's working. Whatever you're doing, Brian, keep doing it. Don't change a thing. I'm talking underwear, girlfriend, whatever. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Do not change a thing. How do you get to the ballpark? Are you taking a new route? Keep doing it. You putting your left shoe on before your right? Keep doing it. Don't change a thing. Oh, that's nice. Woo! Oh, boy. Folks, I want to take this moment to just let everybody in Charm City chat know that... folks, if you have kids around, earmuffs, okay? Earmuffs. Earmuffs on the kids. Warning. Okay, you ready? God damn, I love baseball. All right, you can take the earmuffs off. All right, here we go. First pitch is a called strike to Ryan O'Hearn as Ruiz stays out there, the right-hander for the Phillies. Your boy coming back on screen. Next pitch is swung on and lined right field and a base hit. Professional hitter, Ryan O'Hearn. And boy, that is a tough sun out there on the first base right field side of things. That could come into play here in the late innings, I'll tell you what. In fact, I think that's why Mountcastle might have had some trouble out there in the field on a play earlier. That is a hard sun poking through the rafters. If you're in the the sun is baking through on the right side. Here's Anthony Santander. Get those taters up, folks. I'm going back here to the sub screen. Listen to me. I'll let you know everything. Here's Laz Diaz coming out with a situation. I'm volume coming up on this one. We're having a conference. Something that they're having a conference. Brandon Hyde is upset. Folks, if you got any info on this, let me know. Does it have to do with the pitcher doing like a balk, or? I think there's an accusation of a balk, and that's why the umpires converged to see if anybody saw it. I see. He came off the rubber a second time. Diaz came out. Well, then what is the original call? Okay, basically it was a whole hullabaloo for nothing because nothing has changed. Runner at first. Santander takes off the plate for ball one. Nobody out. Bottom of the eighth. 3-2 Orioles. And a check on the runner, back in with a slide. By the way, Jorge Mateo is in as a pinch runner for Ryan O'Hearn. Fantastic. The pitch is up and away, 2-0. So that big insurance run that Ryan O'Hearn began with his bat has now turned into Jorge Mateo's legs. 2-0 on Santander. The pitch. Swung on. Lifted in the air. Deep. Flag court. That ball is gone. Onto Utah Street. Bye. Bye. Birdie. Anthony Santander has taken this team on his back and have elevated the Orioles to a potential victory here on Saturday. An absolute bomb to Utah. That didn't bounce to Utah. That ball landed there. What a stroke by Santander. High into the air. On to Utah. What a bomb! 5-2 Orioles. Westberg swings at one and fouls it away. Hot damn! God, I love baseball. Folks, give me some of that in the chat. Here's Westberg. Grounded. Shortstop. Sosa to first. In time. One away. Anthony Santander, player of the week. Lock it up. Lock it up. And folks, I could talk to you about the dozens upon dozens of, I'm sick of Anthony Santander. We got to move on. He's not going to be on the team next year anyway. He's... as Mullins fouls one away. In fact, I had a person that used to be a part of Charm City Chat, was here every day, and then one day just couldn't stop shutting up about how we got to move on from Anthony Santander and Mullins, of course. And apparently my opinion just wasn't good enough. Mullins takes one in the dirt. The count is 1-1. This one is hit on the ground. First baseman's got it. And Bryce Harper's going to try to beat Mullins to the bag. Mullins went feet first. The call is an out. Does that ever work? I mean, the Philly broadcasters casually say he got there in time. Okay, he did. He did. Harper does beat Mullins to the bag. I think Said went into a slide the way he did more because it was out of safety than anything. It was his best chance to maybe beat it out because with Bryce Harper running full tilt toward the bag, that could have been very dangerous. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Austin Hayes. He takes low. 5-2 Baltimore. And I guess I can take you back here right now. I know that this inning isn't over, but the bases are empty, and I want to keep anybody tuning in recently informed. We've got a 5-2 ball game. Anthony Santander. What can you say? Look at the last 3 scoring plays. All by the Orioles, all Santander. This pitch is inside. Santander in the 4th. A 424-foot homer to right center. Santander in the 6th. Sacrifice fly. Scoring Mountcastle. Here's a nubber down the left side of the infield and no chance. Austin Hayes with an infield hit. A swinging bunt from Hazy, who, by the way, is he shaving the side of his head or is he trying to hide some gray hair growing in already? What's going on there, Hazy? I got a little bit of the old white over there. It's all right if you go gray a little early. But yeah, and to wrap it up, Santander once again in the 8th. Look at those last 3 at-bats, folks. Home run, sac fly, home run, all Tony, all day. This ball is hit into center field. There's a single. This rally is back on. Ramon Urias with his 2nd hit of the day. 2 on, 2 out. We're back over here now. Gunnar Henderson coming up. Let's blow this puppy open and give the Phillies something to think about tomorrow. You needed 11 innings to beat us. We're only going to need 9. What do you think about that? Kimbrel getting loose. The pitch to Gunnar, fouled away. Somebody give Santander the key to the city. Where do you want to go, Tony? The 0-1 pitch is lined up the middle and over the glove of Sosa. 1 run will score. It's an RBI single for Gunnar. And it's now 6-2. We don't need Kimbrel yet. A 4-run lead. The Bats are alive here late at Camden Yards. I don't know who was saying Gunnar was slumping and Gunnar this or that, but that's his 2nd hit today. I don't think you want to count Gunnar down for too long. Probably a bad idea. Here's Adley Rutschman. That one's low for ball 1. And the chant of "Let's go O's," despite the fact that this park might have 35% Philly fans, is making the noise. The pitch. That one's right in there, and Rutschman took it. 0-1. Curveball from Ruiz. The next one is swung on and missed. 97 at the bottom of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 down. First and second. 3 runs in. Or is it 4? Wait. Did we take... What am I talking about? Yeah, 3 runs in. I'm a little worried. Sorry. Here we go. Foul back. Still 1 and 2. How about this game, folks? I mean, at this point, folks, can we go on a sub run? Hey, folks, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, could 3 of you just do a courtesy and make this number maybe move for once? That'd be great. The 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Just so you know, folks, if you're not subscribed to my channel, here's the big catch. It's free. There's no obligation, no commitment, and no salesman will visit your home. You're just helping the channel grow and be seen by more people and have access to it yourself. This one is a soft liner to short caught by Edmundo Sosa just before it touches the ground. Rutschman with a soft line out on the infield, and the inning is over. But the Orioles, you want insurance? You got it. This is not even a save situation. We go to the 9th. Orioles 6, Phillies 2. Get some. And thank you, folks. 1190. How about that, huh? I really do appreciate it, guys. I really do. We're just 10 away, folks, from 1,200. Folks, the pace. What do you want to talk about? All-Star break. 1,600 maybe? I don't know. It's a pace somewhere around there. Let's just say 1,500. I'll be conservative. I'm not greedy. That's the goal. 1,500 by the All-Star break. I think we can do it. We got a month. Let's go. All right. Let's take you back on over here now. Heading into the 9th inning. I don't think it's going to be Kimbrel. I don't think it makes any sense at all to bring him in a non-save situation because he's just that kind of guy. The kind of guy that is just built to do one kind of thing. So we're going to go to somebody else. We'll find out who. Jacob Webb, perhaps? Who else? Somebody throw out a name. Is Cano available? I know a couple of days ago he had to take a full game off. Wow, they are going to Kimbrel? Oh. All right. All right. Kimbrel it is. I mean, what if we have an actual save situation tomorrow? He's not going to pitch 3 straight games. If we have a save situation tomorrow, and then we don't have our closer for a save situation, why aren't we using somebody else? I don't understand it. Craig Kimbrel has shown me that, again, he's got one mentality, which is bring me in for the 9th in a save situation. We'll see how it goes. All right. I can't tell you the name, but I feel like when there was activity in the pen that there was another guy up. Was it Vespi? I mean, we've got a lefty leading it off here. Bryson Stott against Kimbrel. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Give me a lucky. Good God. Give me a lucky. Next pitch is a called strike, top of the zone. I mean, at this point, folks, whatever. I try to do the right thing. The 1-1 pitch is lifted foul and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vespi is indeed a lefty. That's why I'm saying we got a lefty leading off for the Phillies and a 4-run lead. I would not have minded going to Vespi. And then if he got into trouble, then going to Kimbrel. This pitch is up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bryson Stott, 1 for 3 today. 2-2 pitch is outside for ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Up and away, ball 4. Sosa at the plate. First pitch to him is a called strike, knuckle curve. The pitch, lifted in the air, foul and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Sosa 0 for 2 today. 0 for 2 against Kimbrel. Lifetime. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased one way off the plate and strikes out. 1 out here in the 9th. Here's Brandon Marsh. First pitch is a called strike. 4-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. Marsh 0 for 2 with a walk. The next pitch, knuckle curve in there, called strike 2. 0-2 on Marsh. Bryson Stott at first. 1 down. The pitch. A little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Talk to me, Charm City chat. Are you hanging on my every word? Here is the 1-2. Swing and a miss. A knuckle curve. No chance for Marsh. He chased. 2 down. Talk to me, Charm City chat. The yard is rocking. Why aren't you? Here's Garrett Stubbs. First pitch. Called strike. The sun is about to rise over my shoulder. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased the high fastball. 1 strike away from leveling this series. The pitch. He struck him out. Laz Diaz with a bad call to win the game, and I don't care. The Orioles win it. Final score, Baltimore 6, Philadelphia 2. This series is tied. And by my math, we've got 1 more run than they do over 2 games. We're better. We beat them in 9. You needed 11. We're better. We're going to Sunday. Going to try and win this series. Let's hear it, Baltimore Charm City chat. Orioles 6, Phillies 2. Grayson Rodriguez, win number 8. Taijuan Walker, the loss. Not a save situation. How about Brian Baker getting another clean inning? A very impressive inning. Kimbrel comes in and strikes out the side. He did give up the walk. And we got to their boy Ruiz. 5 hits, 3 runs. When it mattered most to put this game out of reach. Anthony Santander, folks, there's no need to debate it. Your player of the game, your player of the week, Santander, 4 RBI. At the heart of it all. What a game from him. Once again, Orioles 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Phillies 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. All right, I'm going to talk about tomorrow's ball game, and then I'm going to try to find another game to send you over to. So if you got to go, I understand. If not, hang in there. Let's take a look at tomorrow's matchup, start time, and pitching matchup. We have a first pitch at 1:35. Is that right? 1:35 p.m. Your boy will be on the air at 1:25. Hey, folks. Did you want a top card on this bill? You got it. We've got a couple of Cy Young guys going after it tomorrow. Zach Wheeler against Corbin Burns to decide this series. You want a little more drama, folks? Would you like a little more drama? Then you better be here tomorrow. Burnsy versus Zach Wheeler. Now hang on there for a sec. Let's see what's going on. We got the Mets playing San Diego. And that appears to be the only game that I probably can send you to. So, folks, stay there just one sec. I'm going to send you somewhere. All right? Everybody happy with BW's call? Please feel free to compliment me. It's good for my ego. Wow, what a ball game. Anthony Santander, you are my hero, sir. You are my hero. All right, looks like we got it up here live right here and now. Sending you on over to Padres and Mets. Pure Adrenaline Sports, folks. Say hi. Tell them the BirdWatcher sent you, okay? That's what we're going to do. Coming back tomorrow, folks. I'm going to get a little bit of sleep maybe before the sun's fully up. Maybe a little bit of a nap more than a sleep. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. What a ball game. Come on back tomorrow. Promise me you'll be back tomorrow. We're loving it, okay? Sending you over now to Pure Adrenaline Sports. Until then, this has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Have a good one, everybody.